Hey guys. So it's been about 7 months. I'm sorry. 7 months. The medication that we chose before 7 months ago was Prestique. Um, and that did not go well for me. After about 3 months, I started having some depression episodes, sadness, withdrawn, and I noticed. I'm not sure if anybody else noticed, because we're so good at hiding those kind of things, but I started to notice that there was a problem from the before and the after. So that's definitely something when we're coming off medications. Like I said, you need to tell a friend or a family member, and definitely remind yourself every day that you're coming off of a medication. So it didn't go that well for me, so we stopped that with Prestique, and we stayed at a steady level until my body could catch up. My brain could catch up. That was important. Like I said, I am not in a rush to get off medications, because I don't think it's a bad thing. Medication in my mind is not a bad thing. So only because I've survived so long on medication since I was 18 or 20 years old. This has been my track until 55. So yeah, getting off of them is very scary. And as in the previous video, a lot of shrinks, the ones that dole out your med, the med shrink, they're not used to de-prescribing. Prescribing is, their thing. They put one med on top of another med, healing this symptom, and then another symptom pops up, so you get another med for that symptom, just to tamper down layer after layer after layer. It's like an onion with meds, ongoing. And anyone who's watching this kind of knows, if you're in that lifestyle of medication for a mental health issue, that's how it goes. It's just layer on layer of symptom, solve the symptom, go to the next phase, solve that symptom. So in my brain, we need to slowly peel back those layers of symptoms when coming off of any kind of psychiatric medication. That's my opinion. Your opinion is yours. You are entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, for my body and its weirdness in my internal plumbing. So after 7 months, so about a month ago, I started feeling a little bit better. Maybe about a month and a half ago, I started feeling a little bit better, and noticed that there was a change between starting and stopping. So I wanted to stay at one level to make sure that it was that medication, and it was. To stay at that level, just to make myself feel better, that things were not as dark as I thought that they were. So now we've picked a different med. And unfortunately, some meds go from 100 to 200 to 300, and vice versa, 300 to 200 to 100. And in my mind, that's too big of a jump, because I want to go down like 10 milligrams at a time or 25 milligrams at a time, so that the escalator decrease is very slow, very gradual. I don't want to know that there's a problem. I don't want to feel that there's a problem. So I want to go down very, very slowly. So I will talk with my med shrink, and we chose another medication, Wellbutrin, which in itself has many, many side effects, as everything else does. But instead of going down 100 at a time, I'm splitting the pill. So I'm splitting the 100 tab in half. It's not recommended by the med shrink, to cut them in half because they're coated. But again, my plumbing is so different that I'm willing to take that chance that splitting the pill will somehow work a little bit by not going down so fast. So that's where I'm at. Right now, it's been about 4 weeks, maybe about 4 weeks, a month, that we've been doing this. And I have not noticed a huge jump in sadness, depression issues, memory fog. So I have decreased it another 50 milligrams, which is the actual whole pill. So now I am negative 100 milligrams on the medication, which is fine because they're two separate bottles. One's a 100 and one's a 300. So we're going to have to dole this out very slowly. But thank God my med shrink has come around and trying to accept that the ketogenic diet is helping me, and he's noticing that it's been helping me, and having him on my side and at least trying to make an effort to comprehend how I want to do med decreases. It's very hard for him because he's a medical guy, and they want to go by the book. And sometimes going by the book is not always the best thing. And you need to keep that in mind too. You will notice from being really good on keto and noticing that there's actual an effect and then changing that. I've noticed, the fact that I even notice, again, how many of us actually notice that we're slipping down into a depression or OCD issues, ADD issues, ADHD issues. Sometimes we notice, but sometimes we don't, and our family members notice for us. Again, tell a friend, tell a family member that you are decreasing, because it will make more sense to everyone in your sphere that these changes are happening. So at least they know, oh, okay, she's decreased again this month, and if something happens, at least we'll have an idea, if they notice anything. Again, this is what I'm doing. This is what is working for me and my family and my friends. And I know you guys love me very much, and I appreciate you keeping an eye on me and keeping an eye on my words in case I seem a little off. And they all know what a little off means. They get it. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm decreasing Wellbutrin, and I wanted to make sure that I hopped on, even though I'm in pigtails and a little, I seem hyper this morning, or at least I have more energy this morning. Another thing I noticed lately, I've bought store-bought yogurt. I have been making my own homemade yogurt, which was great. And the store-bought yogurt seems to, and I don't know this for a fact, but when I wake up in the morning, my hands are stuck in a certain position as I was sleeping. And moving them has been a chore in the morning, trying to wiggle them back into existence. And I don't know if that's the dairy, because I just reintroduced dairy back into my life maybe a couple weeks ago. So there's going to be an experiment going on in my house as well with a food item. As I suggest all of you do, if you notice anything odd, start with the food first and see if that's what's going on. And if it's not the food, and a doctor can't blame it on your dietary choices, then there must be something else going on. So just remember that. A lot of doctors, when you go into your PCP, are really adamant on blaming it on your diet choice. And that's not the problem. My mitochondria are not my problem. It's the stuff that I'm putting in there. So I gotta double check that little avenue adventure that I'm going on. Okay, so that's it. I love you all. Thank you so much for being my friends. You know that I love you. And I'm sorry that I'm not always on the ball with this video stuff. It's still very new to me. But thank you. Love you. Bye.